Hey team, how you doing? Gavin here from the Growing Younger team, and today's video is about sugar. And people, I hear this time and time again, I'm giving up sugar to lose weight, okay? So I'm going to quickly dispel some myths for you about sugar. The problem is, the realism is, you're not overweight because you eat too much sugar, you're overweight because you eat too many calories. I'm going to prove that to you right this moment, okay? So for me, I'm going to put something on the screen in a second to show you my nutrition food log, because I do this all the time. I am 5'9", I weigh 76 kilos. I eat on average 2,000 calories per day, and I eat a total of 70 grams of sugar per day. Okay, I actually eat 230 grams of carbs on average per day. So a lot of people will say that's too many, you can't lose weight. But I maintain my weight and I maintain my level of leanness eating what I eat, because I control my calories on my calorie budget. So for our standard kind of client, okay, a female of about 5'4", weighs about 100 kilos per day, to maintain their body weight, they must consume 2,000 calories per day, okay, about 1,900 calories per day. A male who is about my height and 100 kilograms will have to consume in excess of 2,000 calories per day, 2,003, 2,004 potentially, okay? So, you know, if you're overweight and you carry an extra weight, you're eating to maintain the weight you've got, okay? Based on like a sedentary lifestyle, these numbers are from. So I just want to show you something about, it isn't about the sugar, okay? So let me just take a banana. So I know so many people that avoid fruit because it's got too much sugar in. But when you ask the person, how much fruit is in your banana, people have got no idea. How many calories, they've got no idea. So I'm going to show you, okay? So a 100 gram banana, okay, is 89 calories. 100 grams, okay? It has 23 grams of carbs. It has 12 grams of sugar. It has 0.3 grams of fat, okay? So that is your standard banana. Fruit is very healthy, voluminous, keeps you full. Now I'm going to take a common sort of chocolate bar, Snickers bar, right? So a Snickers bar for 50 grams, which is half the weight of the banana, it comes in at 246 calories, 28 grams of carbs, 25 grams of sugar, and a whopping 12 grams of fat, okay? So when people say they're going to cut out sugar, and they cut out things like Snickers bars, they're not actually cutting out sugar. They are cutting out sugar a little bit, but what they're doing, they're also cutting out a whole bunch of fat as well, because the fat calories and the sugar calories make this Snickers bar a high calorie dense snack, okay? It's only 50 grams. So if you add two of them, times it by 2, which is same as a banana, 100 grams, you're looking at nearly 500 calories, okay, from the same amount of food, okay? Whereas, you know, you could have had 2 bananas and it would only be 180 calories, which is still less than one Snicker bar, right? So bear that in mind. The next thing you got is a standard glazed donut from Krispy Kreme, okay? And that comes in, for 100 gram serve, comes in at 452 calories. It's 14 grams of fat, which is comparable to the Snickers bar. 14 grams of sugar, okay, and 51 grams of total carbs, okay. So what I want to say to you is, it is not the sugar content that is causing you to gain weight or maintain your weight. It's actually the total amount of calories. And things like chocolate bars and donuts and cookies and all that sort of stuff, they use fat and sugar to make it highly palatable, which means you really like the taste of it. So let's just compare these three things, all right? 12 grams of sugar in your banana, there's 25 grams of sugar in your Snickers bar, and there's only 14 grams of sugar in the donut. So when it comes down to sugar content, that is not the determining thing that's making you overweight. It's actually the amount of calories. A banana is 89 calories, Snickers 246 calories, a donut 452 calories. So when you're going out for your morning coffee and your morning tea, and you have a donut, you just had, based on the standard numbers that we see, a quarter of the amount of food or calories that you're allocated for the day. So therefore, you know, when you eat your other meals on top of that, you're quite easily shooting past that 2,000 calorie mark. Whereas if you had the banana instead, it's going to be, you know, you'd have to eat 5 bananas to come close to the same amount of calories in a donut. And the chances are you're not going to be able to eat 5 bananas or 5 pieces of fruit, because it's voluminous, it's full, it keeps you full for longer, lots of fiber, okay? So for me, and like I said, I'm able to maintain my weight with all those amount of you know, calories and stuff, sugar and stuff, is because I cap my calories. Okay, my calories is, I eat about 2,000 calories per day on average. But because I understand that and I eat 2,000 calories, I could never overeat sugar. I could never overeat fat, because this is my ceiling. This is where I cap my actual meals from. So it doesn't matter how much, you know, I could only eat 2,000 calories of sugar. I could only eat 2,000 calories of fat. It just means that I can't, you know, I'm not going to put weight on by eating, you know, if I wanted to eat a whole day of chocolate, I could eat a whole day of chocolate and it would be fine, because I know I'm going to stop at my calorie limit. If, however, I don't know what my budget is, then my sugar and fat content will go flying above the budget, and all of a sudden I'm eating too much. So let's just say, you know, I could eat a banana, okay, with 100 calories. It's part of my 2,000 calorie budget. I could probably eat 20 bananas, I suppose. But if I got a donut and it's coming for 25% of my total daily calories, then all I've got left is 1,500 calories for the rest of the day. And if I then have another high calorie dense snack in the afternoon of like a Snickers bar, then I've got nearly 3/4 of my entire calories have gone on 2 sweet type things, right? So you've got to understand that you must be able to know these calories. And once you know the calories, you can never overeat sugar. You can never overeat fat, because it's limited. It's only when you don't know what that cap is that you can blow past it, which happens all the time. So like what I say to you guys is, like, you know, you got to know what your calories are. You got to track it somehow. MyFitnessPal, Chronometer. There's millions of ways. Use a notepad, whatever it is you need to do, and you got to know this stuff. This is the problem that people always think that why they're overweight. Sure, if you know, cut out sugar from your diet and you're cutting out donuts and Snickers bars, it's obviously a good thing. And, you know, I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but what I'm also saying as well, you could actually eat one of these if it fits into your budget. You could have it. You could fit it in. And the problem is, when you cut out whole food groups like sugar, it means that you become very sort of like mentally, you feel like you're missing it. You feel like you're being deprived. And when you start to feel deprived, you want that thing more. Whereas if you're smart about it and you actually understand how many calories are in your budget, you can then have a snack every single day and account for it. So if you had a Snickers bar in the morning for 256 calories, then you would eat better throughout the day. You would make adjustments and, you know, to fit everything into that calorie budget. So what I want you guys to understand is that it is not the sugar content in food that is causing you to gain weight. We can see it's not. They're comparable. The calories are way different, okay? And it's because of the extra things, the fats and everything else that goes into it to make it highly palatable. So my Food Tip Friday is about, like, don't deprive yourself of sugar thinking that is the answer. Understand how many calories you need on a daily basis, and understand that, you know, you can make better food choices around that. First, and don't be frightened of fruit, okay? That's a big deal. Don't be frightened of fruit. But ultimately, that is my message for today. Food Tip Friday. Yeah, know your calories. Don't worry about sugar too much. And yeah, all good. That's it from me. If you need some help with your health and fitness, obviously there's links down below. A bit of an SOS kind of links. There's stuff like tools to help you. There's an ebook down there. There's discounted meals down there. There's expression of interest if you want to speak to us, which is cool. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video for Mindset Monday. See you guys. Bye.